Today I will teach you about the chemical reactions of ethers. Ethers general formula is ROR. One of the example is CH3OCH3. These ethers are least reactive. So if at all you want to break the bond between carbon and oxygen, you need to use concentrated acids and drastic conditions. So what are the drastic conditions? Like high temperature, high pressure and catalyst. So first we will look into reaction of ethers with excess of HX. What are the example of HX? It is hydrogen iodide, hydrogen bromide and hydrogen chloride, that is hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid and hydriodic acid. If you take excess of HX and react it with ethers, so what happens? HX I am writing, the bond between carbon and oxygen breaks. Where is carbon present? In the alkyl group R. So you get RO and you get R. So O negative will be there. So positive part of HX should come. So H is positively charged. So you get ROH and RX. What is RX? Haloalkane. And what is ROH? It is an alcohol. Since HX is in excess, alcohol further reacts with HX, giving you, there is removal of water. So what do you get? You get an alkyl halide and there is formation of water. So if you react ethers with excess of hydrogen halides, you end up with what? Haloalkanes, if R is an alkyl group. Reaction with limited amount of HX. It means the concentration of ethers will be more and that of your hydrogen halides will be less. So this will be in excess and this will be in limited amount. So what do you get? You end up with ROH and RX only. What is RX? Haloalkane. What is this? Alcohol. So once again, ethers react with excess of hydrogen halides to form haloalkanes. Ethers react with limited amount of hydrogen halides to give you alcohols and haloalkanes. Now, out of HI, HBr and HCl, which is more reactive? So the bond length between hydrogen and iodine is more compared to hydrogen and Br compared to H and Cl. So longer the bond length, easier it is to break the bond. So out of these three, most reactive is hydriodic acid. So ethers react very easily with hydrogen iodide compared to HBr and HCl. Therefore, order of reactivity of these three molecules is HI is greater than HBr, HBr is greater than HCl. Look at the following examples. Are they ethers? Yes, because functional group is O. They represent the general formula ROR. So which type of ether is this? Simple ether. This is mixed ether or unsymmetrical ether. Which ether is this? Symmetrical. Symmetrical simple ether. This is symmetrical mixed ether. This is what? Symmetrical mixed or unsymmetrical mixed? It is unsymmetrical mixed ether. How about this? It is unsymmetrical mixed aromatic ether. And how about this? This is also unsymmetrical. To be very simple, the first example is symmetrical ether, rest three are unsymmetrical ether. So we shall just look into what happens when I react them with hydrogen halides. So I will react it with HI, since both the groups are same, if HI is in excess, I end up with what? As previously I had told you, you end up with CH3I plus water molecule. It is a two-step reaction. Now if you take this, again I am going to react it with HI. So you will have a doubt with which group I will go, right? I will go with which of these groups? Is it CH3 or this particular propyl group? So in this case, because steric hindrance is more here, it is difficult for I to attack this part of the molecule. Therefore, I will go with smaller alkyl group. So what is the end product you get here? CH3I plus propyl alcohol. Propyl alcohol. Then further propyl alcohol may react with HI to give you an alkyl halide. Right, understood. So if they ask only one step reaction, if such kind of a molecule is given, then iodine will go with a smaller alkyl group due to steric hindrance. Now if you go look into this, I'll react it with hydrogen iodide. So in this case, what will happen? The bond breaks. I will go with smaller alkyl group. You end up with CH3I and there is formation of phenol. Right. Phenol will not further react with HI because it is very difficult to break the bond between carbon and oxygen here, because in haloalkanes chapter you had studied, because of sp2 hybridized carbon atom there is partial development of double bond character. The bond length becomes smaller and very difficult to break the bond. Therefore, phenol formed will not further react. Then coming to the last molecule, in this case again you may feel I will go with the smaller group, right? But in this case what happens, since you already know, you have already learnt tertiary carbocation is more stable, it will let this CH3O to go out, leading to formation of a stable tertiary carbocation. So to this carbocation, which this is positively charged, I attacks, giving you a tertiary alkyl halide, and there is formation of an alcohol having smaller alkyl group. Now what is the justification we give here? We say that the tertiary carbocation is more stable. So better leaving group is CH3O. It leaves the particular group, leaving behind tertiary carbocation which is attacked by an alkyl halide. So can you tell me which reaction it follows? SN1 or SN2? It follows SN1 reaction. You have already studied again in haloalkanes SN1 two-step reaction. Step 1 is formation of carbocation and step 2 is what? Step 2 is attack of halogen atom. So this reaction follows SN1 mechanism.